Thank you, everyone. And thank you to my dear friend, State Senator Lydia Edwards. She is a crusader for justice. She is a champion for equality. She puts the progress in progressive every single day. She is an inspiration and is a blessing to the state of Massachusetts every day in the State House. Massachusetts is lucky to have her, and we're lucky to have you because Massachusetts is the home of the greatest democratic grassroots organizers in our country. This is a gathering of more than just delegates to a convention. In this moment, you are delegates to democracy. Your passion, your dedication, your energy are the fuel which we need right now. So let's hear it for the best statewide leaders anywhere in the country. Governor Maura Healey, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, Attorney General Andrea Cambrell, Treasurer Deb Goldberg, Auditor Diana DeZoglio, Secretary of State Bill Galvin, and our State Party Chair Steve Kerrigan. Let's give a huge congratulations to Michelle Wu, who will continue to be the phenomenal mayor of Boston. And to my amazing partner and dear friend in the Senate, she strikes fear in the hearts of robber barons who have tried to rig the system against working families, but she won't let them. Senator Elizabeth Warren, every day on the Senate floor. So it is good to be here. Good to be together in this moment because it is a moment that demands truth. It demands truth about corruption, truth about greed, truth about injustice, truth about hate. The top 1% of America holds 35% of our nation's total wealth. Immoral. CEOs are paid 290 times more than the average American worker. Immoral. In just 3 weeks, Donald Trump's sons and family raked in $1.3 billion from crypto companies that only opened when Trump took office. Immoral. CEOs have become chief extraction officers. The United States Supreme Court has given a green light to racial profiling, greed, corruption, injustice, hate. We simply cannot deny the darkness of this moment and the concentration of power in Donald Trump, in masked ICE agents, and in billionaire CEOs. Too much is in the hands of too few, and too many have too little in our country as we gather here today. But here in Massachusetts, we do not bow to kings. We do not bend to authoritarianism. We don't believe in dictators. The nation we have loyalty to is the United States of America. And Donald Trump is a walking, talking constitutional crisis every day that he is in office. Massachusetts is where the moral debates of our time start, where we stand for democracy as it was founded 250 years ago. The abolitionist movement, the suffragette movement, same-sex marriage movement, universal health care. They all started here in Massachusetts. Massachusetts has always been on the front lines of democracy. That's why Donald Trump has declared war on us, war on Massachusetts, our economy, our workers, our schools, our way of life. Medicaid, gone. NIH funding, gone. Department of Education, gone. Due process and the rule of law, gone. Late night with Stephen Colbert, gone. But the one thing that should be gone is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He should be fired. Donald Trump doesn't want to make America great again. He wants to make America hate again. But I believe that in every dark and chaotic hour of our nation's life, it is the strength, it is the resilience of our people that have led the way. When those abolitionists got knocked down, did they give up? No, they got up, they fought, and they won. When those suffragettes were knocked down, did they give up? No. They got up, they fought, and they won. When Martin Luther King Jr. and civil rights leaders got knocked down, did they give up? No. They got up, they fought, and they won. When Harvard got knocked down, did it give up? No. It got up, it fought, and it is going to win for the people of the United States. And that is where we are right now. We are knocked down, but we are not knocked out. We are going to stand up, and we are going to win. Because here in Massachusetts, we stand for what is right. We stand with trans people, because trans rights are human rights, and we need to pass in Congress my Trans Rights Bill of Rights. We need, with our educators, our teachers, our paraprofessionals in schools, just 4 Wall Street hedge fund managers make more money in a single year than every kindergarten teacher in America combined, 120,000. And who contributed more to our society last year? So that's why I've introduced legislation to guarantee pay for paraprofessional teachers, and most important, our community needs them. We stand with veterans and their families. It is immoral to cut 30,000 union workers at the VA who are providing critical services to our veterans and to our families. And we stand with all federal union workers who are being illegally fired. We will fight for your contracts. We will fight for your right to organize. We stand with our immigrant neighbors here to make a better life. We say no to family separation, no to mass deportations of innocent people, no to mass ICE agents abducting our neighbors off of our streets in Massachusetts. And Boston will not be occupied by federal troops. We say no to kings. It is not a mystery why Donald Trump is doing all of this. It is to concentrate power so he can line his personal pockets and give massive tax breaks to the billionaire boys club who sat right behind him on Inauguration Day. Donald Trump, big tech, big oil, big banks, it's all one big criminal enterprise that's being run out of the Oval Office of the United States of America. Trump is shredding the social safety net to make the rich richer and the rest of us sicker. It is a make America great depression again. That is what is happening. The Trump tariffs are really Trump taxes. Taxes on food, taxes on toys, taxes on electricity, higher health care costs, pink slips. It is Robin Hood in reverse. It is taking from the poor and the middle class to give to the richest in our country. And the only new jobs that Donald Trump has created are the jobs hiding the Epstein files. Those are the issues he's focusing on. But the real security Americans need is a livable future. Affordable housing, free college, Medicare for all, clean air, clean water, clean energy, wind, solar, offshore wind for all electric vehicles, battery storage technologies. This is how we will fuel the future. We won't build that better future through more gas pipelines, but through more educational pipelines for every black and brown and poor child in our society. Trump Trump likes to call clean energy tax breaks socialism. But what do you call 100 years of tax breaks for the oil and gas and coal industry? I call that socialism. Let's give some of that socialism to wind and solar and all electric vehicles, and we'll revolutionize our economy and save the planet at the same time. Jobs, justice, climate action. We are the party of the Green New Deal because we are the party of the people. And standing up for the rights of people here means standing up for the rights of human beings all across our planet. And that means the United States cannot be complicit in the horror that is happening in Gaza. We should not be sending 1,000-pound bombs and other offensive weapons that are being used to decimate innocent Gazans. Netanyahu is using famine and starvation as a tool of war. And innocent children are suffering and they are dying. We need a ceasefire now. We need a surge humanitarian assistance. We need to get the hostages out. This war must end. We know that day-to-day life is hard for too many. Things cost too much. It's too easy to be from one paycheck to losing it all. As a boy, I remember my father, who was a truck driver, and my mother sitting at the kitchen table in Malden figuring out how to pay the bills, how to make ends meet. We know something better is possible. And that's today why we can't just have a moment. We need a movement for that better, more just future for everyone in our society. Affordable and safe housing, universal health care and child care, a livable wage, fully funded public education, a country where every person has the freedom to maximize their God-given abilities, no matter their race or country of origin or faith or zip code. This is the promise of our democracy. This is who we are in Massachusetts, and we need to give our kids a future where if they can dream it, they can do it. And there won't be billionaires or dictators trying to steal the funding that will make it possible for every one of those children to have that dream come true. So we've got a lot of work to do. Trump wants to scare us into submission, but when he rolls back our rights, we roll up our sleeves in Massachusetts. We need to help out in the places holding elections in the coming months. New Jersey, Virginia, Arizona, Texas, they all have elections coming up. Phone bank, door knock, text, email, donate. Let's get out the vote for them in their states and start the blue wave right now in 2025. We have to take back the House and Senate in 2026 so that we can subpoena the hell out of Trump and his corrupt cronies. We're not going to let Texas or Missouri or anywhere else redraw democracy with a map. California is playing hardball. We have to play hardball with them. We cannot agonize. We have to organize. So I'm here to ask every single person, will you fight for our future, for our democracy? Will you fight against corruption? No more stock trading for members of Congress. Get dark money out of politics and overturn Citizens United. Will you stand up for universal health care? We need to expand Medicaid, expand Medicare, double NIH funding. We need to say out loud, vaccines work. Will you stand up for refugees and asylees, for those TPS holders? Immigrants have built this nation, and they need a pathway to citizenship. Will you stand up for a ban on assault weapons, for universal background checks, for an end to gun violence? It should not be easier to buy a gun than it is to vote. It's time we make NRA stand for not relevant anymore in American politics. And will you stand and fight for abortion rights and reproductive freedom? Let's make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. Here in Massachusetts, we know how to start revolutions, and we know how to win. We are the revolutionary state. It all started here 250 years ago. No one knows how to defend democracy better than we do. This is the time. This is the place. We are the people, Massachusetts. We have to lead this fight for democracy. Thank you all so much for everything that you do every day to lead this fight for our country. Thank you.